very pleasant good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Fred Fassett's Visionary Awareness right here on AchieveRadio.com. My name is Bill, and I assist Fred for the 2 hours of this broadcast by answering the phones and reading out the messages and doing all that kind of busy work. Again this week, we are simulcasting audio on Achieve Radio, video on Achieve TV, and video also on YouTube Live. And you can access pretty much any of that from the Achieve Radio. In fact, all of it. You can access from the AchieveRadio.com website, and just click on Studio A if you just want to listen to the radio version. If you want to watch the video, you can click on Achieve TV. And if your computer system supports it, you can watch it on the Achieve TV, or just below that, you'll see a link to YouTube, which is supported by just about everything. You can click there, or you can even click over. There's a little box in the corner. You can click over and go to youtube.com and watch it right there. And when you get to the Achieve TV page, just click on either one of the start buttons on either the Achieve TV player, which is based on Flash, and I know some systems don't support that anymore these days, or on the play button on the YouTube screen there, and voila, you will see Fred live and in living color. And actually, I've got Fred muted here. Oh, I want to give out the call-in line, 602-666-6027, 602-666-6027, the number to call, or you can send in a message on the Achieve chat room, or you can send a message in on the Achieve Radio InQuick system, both of those located on both the Radio Studio A page and the Achieve TV page. So, bad thing about this, Fred, is I got a lot more things I'm supposed to say before we start.
You're going to try and keep up with Big Mouth, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, yes. This is everybody. This has been an interesting. Let me think. We did the show Friday. I did the most incredible Skype reading I've ever done with two ladies in the state of Washington, and it was just a loved one had passed in 2009. This individual apparently was saving up a lot of energy, and because I'm talkative, I think I was like one of those puppets you have on stage, because he used me for over 2 hours, And so Lay kept saying, I'll pay more, and I just kept going. I thought, God, the door's open. Whammo, over the weekend, shut down. So, gotta talk to everybody about, there's some things going on that you as average individuals don't know, and anybody that's been doing light work may have found out they're having problems. So, not only was my phone shut down, but Bill called me before and said my Skype wasn't on. What? And as soon as we went on, the dang thing came back on. Now, that shows you somebody was messing around. The somebody is, there's two sides to the universe, everybody. I might have to run over and turn down my music. It's a little much over there. Anyway, there's two sides of the universe. We know there's God's side, but there's another side. And what I'm going to ask for everybody out there in the audience, and I've been praying all week, and it's helping. Somebody just got something done today, and he broke down and cried on the phone with me. Thought he was going to owe a lot of money. He didn't. So we're being challenged. Our work jobs, the financial market, and this is what I did the other day. I was in, how do I say this? The gentleman's room. And I was busy. All of a sudden, I got a vision. I thought, what a nice place to have a vision. And so, first it looked like a parachute, and then I thought it was a mushroom. And I'm going, what on earth is this? And then it was dark up above. And then I saw these, it looked like cords. So I was doing a psychic cutting, and all of a sudden I could see all the heads. And this is the entire globe the earth. And so then I started looking at it again, and I'm not going to remember what this is, but that's okay. I need to write things down so I can remember them. But, you know, these stingray or something, they look like parachutes in the ocean. They can sting your body, and they poison you. Well, that's what this really was. And apparently, the manipulated ones in the universe have put this over the earth, messing with financial structures of the world, jobs, communication, individuals arguing and what. It's just there. Okay, so I started dealing with that, and then I've started the prayers. First part of the week, I'm still doing the prayers. So I'm asking all of you, but it got interesting. Yesterday, I have the telephone between worlds I've shared with all of you, and my advertiser, she's quite gifted, told me to go read page 33. So I'm reading it. And of course, you know me, I don't always understand it that right away. Telephone between two worlds. I should have saw that word connected, but it didn't. So she said, yes, it makes sense. It's your telephones. They blocked your telephones. I'm going, oh, for God's sakes. So I had to clear that, called her back up to make sure it was done. It was clear. And then today, I got a call from one of my friends. I have a doctor client. Several have been trying to get a hold of me. Everybody is worried about me. So here we go. That was blocked too. Apparently my computer was blocked as well. Not like you normally would do, but on that other level. So everything's open. So I'm just letting you all know, if you've been struggling with various things in your life and you can't figure out how it's going through, this you may be been restricted as well. That's why we all need to pray and meditate. I do both. So we do this massive. Remember when I went into the hospital, I asked you all to assist me, and it worked. Miracles, let me tell you. What was going on was basically, when I went in there, it wasn't a happy thing. You didn't go play hopscotch after that little operation. You kind of stayed, and to hold me down is not easy. And this is tea I'm drinking, everybody. I don't like coffee. I have to have my tea. And a Chinese cup. How about that? So, that's not I want you all to pray. I told me to go all the way to Friday, but I want you all to get into prayer and see light going all over the planet. Our children are being harmed. Our soldiers, male and female. There are certain dark places on the planet, of course. It doesn't take much to figure it out, and I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to mention, but we really need to do a lot of praying to turn things around where more light goes on this planet. And I'm not playing games with you. This is real. And yours truly has been fighting ever since I've been born. The things I've found out that are going to be in my books, and I'll blow people away. Of course, eventually going to have to get an editor. And I've got an iPhone that spells my words for me, so that's all kinds of fun too. If you get a dyslexic to go to a dictionary and try to look up a word, it gets very interesting. It could be a comedy store. So, it really can be. And then you get my son and I together. We're both dyslexic. I'm worse than he is, and we get another one in the room that's dyslexic. You got a very interesting room. And so what I was told by the other side was the reason you're all dyslexic, you're trying to teach you patience from previous lifetimes. In reality, you're all highly intelligent. I love that word, especially from my astrologist in California. Honey, don't you believe you're a genius? I said, what a play on words. When you're called stupid and ignorant and dumb and everything else. After a while, you begin to think, maybe I am. And actually, that's why I can do what I can do here. Anyway, that's what I'm sharing with you. It's been happening, and they will not stop. I wear a cross around my neck 24/7. I even sleep and shower with it. But this is how it works. When you argue, with your mate, whatever you're doing on the planet, God does not care if it's two guys, two girls, man and wife, or whatever. It doesn't matter. We have the right of making our choice. We have free will. But they're nasty on this one level. They're not upper, they're lower. And they watch us. And if we get depressed, and I'm highly emotional, so I have to be real careful now, because they just wait, and they trip in a way. I described it to some people I know who've been going through, having hard time getting jobs. If you know how cockroaches can go through something sideways, that's what these individuals do. So every time you get yourself emotional or get depressed, please do a prayer when you pull yourself out of this, because you don't know what you have attracted in. And God's very powerful, but like we say, we're not always aware that sometimes they come in sheep's clothing and try to prove that there's something they're not. So you have to be smart. That's why I teach all of you. The first feeling you get is always correct. And that's so important at this day and age. And so I think I have a miracle coming here. Don't ask me how this is going to come. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm very analytical, so I go, not only do I pray and meditate, but I go into deciphering, why is this going on? So I always get the answer. So this is what it is. Now, okay, so I've got that out of the way. I'll probably have to repeat this the next hour for whoever comes on. And if you want to ask me questions about it, please, because I've been doing this work for 45 years, and I've been through the whole mill. I used to do exorcisms a long time ago, till one day I said, this is not my job, and I don't want to do this. Now, the Long Island medium got it right. She said, God, I'll do your work, but I don't want to deal with the negative. Somebody forgot to put that in my little thing here to carry, because I would love to put that one out there. Anyway, everybody, we're all working with God, and let's see how I can help you guys. Oh, this right, I got to put this little light on here. There, now I can see the book.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, especially with me. All right, let's see what we can help. And by the way, everybody, remember, month, day, and year of your birthday. I'm not doing a chart. I don't do the charts. My roommate does. I used to be able to do this. This is an Apple. I can't work a PC, by the way. Cannot work a PC. I've thrown 2 across the room to give you an idea. So when my son's here being Gemini, this is not a problem. We just go along and I get it. He walks away. If I haven't written it down, I'm in deep. My roommate is just, after all these years of us living around one another, he's finally figured out what dyslexia is. Mr. Impatient Virgo. So he's a good person. Really, yes, or he wouldn't have been, we've been around each other all these years. He wasn't a good person. We're just friends. That's it. Nothing more. So, all right, let's start. Is there anybody out there, Bill? At this point, who knows?
Yeah, we sure do. We've got a couple of messages, and we've got a call, and somebody I remember, but we haven't heard from for quite a long time. Pam in Florida. Hello, welcome back.
Hi there, Bill. Life has kept me on quite a busy road, and I'm just kind of getting my computer working right and all that, and trying to come back. And I'm glad to hear you're still with Achieve Radio.
Yeah, so, we're still plugging away.
Yeah, we sure are. I mean, this is the new radio venue. Unless you can be like Howard Stern and got lucky to get on Sirius and get $400 million a year or whatever he's making. I guess those days are gone. This is the new.
I prefer Achieve Radio to Howard Stern, of course. We all have our opinions.
So when's your birthday? When's your birthday again?
My birthday is 12/8/43.
Okay, hold on. You sound young.
Thank you. I try.
Okay. You're breaking up. Are you aware of it?
No, shall I? Maybe it's my speaker. I'll turn it off.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Much better.
Oh, good. Okay.
All right.
Sorry about that.
All right, let's see what you get. You're going to start a cycle next year. All right. You've been through your Saturn return, but Saturn's going into Sagittarius. Much better placement. Much better placement than Scorpio. Are you there? Can you hear?
Yes, I am. I'm glad to hear that.
Okay. All right. So
Okay.
now, here's the other good thing for you. Okay. Seriously, you're in your Jupiter return. Jupiter returns deal with money and work and all that. And I'm looking at yours, right? It just happened in July, so you have this for a year. So knowing this, you want to use the energy to attract, visualize whatever you want to do. If you're still working or if you're doing hobbies and making whatever it is, that's okay. You also have Capricorn in Mercury, which you're the perfectionist. You don't like to make mistakes. You're at 0 degrees, so that's already been taken care of. That's good. Gemini and Mars, Gemini and Saturn, Gemini and you're not afraid to talk.
No, I'm not. I used to be as a kid, but I got out of it.
Yeah. So how can I help you today?
Well, Fred, I've been trying to get a health issue resolved now for over 2 years, and now I've been shuffling around through the system and tried regular medicine and alternatives, and I still have an ongoing problem. That is one situation that's been haunting me, and the other is trying to stabilize my home base situation. I recently sold my home and moved back to apartment living, and things have been really rocking and rolling and not going the direction that I'm trying to visualize.
Okay, well, let's see here. You have Taurus moon, so I can tell you one thing. Saturn has been hitting the moon in your chart. Just so you know, that's been going on for 2.5 years. So Taurus is fixed. Yeah, Taurus is fixed. So what, let's be upfront here, if you can say it, okay? And by the way, I do alternative healing myself. I have a gentleman in California I work with, and that's what brought me through the operation in 2011, by the way. That's how I did it. What is it something chronic that you've been trying to get rid of?
Right. It's persistent urinary infections.
Oh, okay.
Lower bowel activity, and it's all in the lower regions. Pain, a lot of pain.
Right. All right. I'm going to ask you a question. When you were a little girl, did you, in your family growing up, did you suffer a lot of pain or anything growing up?
Yeah, I did. I was not a strong child. I had a lot of ailments.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Now, I don't know where you live, but I'm going to suggest something. I've done all of this because I'm very my mouth isn't working, acceptable to things that happen. And so I'm going to have you do something because you're too far away from me, or I can help you.
I'm in Florida. I don't know where you are.
Yeah, Arizona.
Yeah,
I'm the hot state.
Well, if you were here today, the heat index was 100, so I know what you're saying.
Yeah, well, you have more humidity. It was 108 yesterday here. So anyway, this is what I want you to do. I know if somebody is very well known, but I don't think he works anymore. I believe he's in Miami, and the last name is Weiss. He wrote a book, Many Lies, Many Masters.
Oh, Many Lies. Yes, I've read it.
Yeah. Okay. And I don't know if he's working anymore down there. He may have an assistant, somebody else, but this is what I suggest. Okay, and make sure that you check this out thoroughly with whomever you find, male or female. Find a regression hypnosis individual. And you might have to do this once, you might have to do this 3 times, whatever. I don't know if he's got a website or not. You also can send him an email, say this is your problem. Does he know anybody that can help you? So you can break down the difficulties. What I'm feeling is, seriously, that you brought a lot of stuff in this lifetime to work on. And if you can get the clarity on what's going on, then I believe this could be resolved. I'm not a doctor, believe me, I'm just saying, because I've had to deal with a lot myself in this lifetime. So if you can get with somebody that's really good, and like the pains below. You may have had something happen to you, and I have some ideas. I'm not saying it on the air, by the way. We're not going there. But I just feel there's reasons for everything, and we can step through the master's door, and we can get this taken care of. This is a choice for you to think about. And somebody really good that knows what they're doing, Brian Weiss. There we go. I knew I'd eventually get the name out of my mouth.
I'm familiar.
Yeah, so send an email over there and say, you're probably retired. Can you refer me to somebody that I can work with? I've had chronic problems since I stepped into this lifetime, and I'm ready to release it now. And see what kind of, if there's anybody over there. I don't know.
Okay.
And try it out there.
Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you didn't. Go ahead.
I'm wondering if you see this situation regarding the home. If you see me,
okay, this is what I want.
Where I get grounded.
Okay, first of all, whenever you move into place, there's energy left over from whoever lived there before. Okay, you have two ways.
It was a little rough, and I did the saging and the candles, and I did holy water, and I did a lot of...
Okay, all right, because you have to get that out of there. And always, what you have to do is open a front window, back window, or doors, because if you don't open those up, it stays within the structure. You have to open up things so they can get out of there. Now, yes, you will. Yes, you will. And I want you to do some prayers on this, that if you're going to move again, or if you want to get this, do some real good prayers, but believe what you're asking for, and you will get this straightened out. You've been going through a lot of stuff in this life, and this lifetime has not been easy.
Rough.
Yeah, it's not been easy for
8 years. Very hard, the last 8 years.
Oh, yeah, I'm right there with you. I'm going on 8 years too. So I understand.
What sign are you? What is your sign?
Aries. Aries.
Oh yeah, Aries are too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have Virgo, Moon, and Libra, and Mars there, so all that's been going on too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on a roller. I feel like I got roller skates on my wheels there. I mean, on my feet.
I know the feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got about a year's lease here I'm supposed to complete, but I don't feel like I'm really in my right place.
Okay, when you find it, ask God to make a miracle happen when you find whatever you're going to find. And know, without a doubt, it's going to happen. Because we don't know how things are going to happen. We never do. And once you do that and put the faith in there and know this is going to happen, and say where you're at, God, protect me where I'm at until you find my new place to live, and the new place will be perfect. It's going to be wonderful. All my pains and everything are going to go away. And so after this, and then watch what happens. Try doing that and let Bill and I know after that what's happened, okay?
Well, it's funny, but I did that when I sold my home, and I thought that once I left where I was, I would be relieved of the financial burden and some other burdens. And I did have in my mind and visualize exactly where I wanted to go, and I waited right up to the last minute to wait for this to manifest, but it did not. And so that's taken me quite a ways back now to start over.
Well, look at it this way. Look at it this way. I don't care if you call him Mother God, Father God, whatever your belief is. Everybody has a correct belief. But it's going to happen. I don't know how. Okay? Sometimes we don't see clearly, especially even for myself. I don't hear my guides by myself. I can hear them for you. I don't hear them for myself. I have to go to other individuals. Just so you know, it's very quiet around me afterwards, and I'm extroverted. So when it gets too quiet, it makes me nuts. So you're going to be okay.
Well, you wouldn't feel that way if you lived where I did.
Probably not. Probably not.
You'd appreciate the quiet.
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, you have a good day, love. Okay, we'll be talking with you again. All right?
All right. Thank you both very much. Okay, I'll listen if I can. Thank you.
Oh, you bet. You bet, Pam.
Thanks.
You're allowed to call in. We call this our listen line and call in line. We've got 500 lines, and anybody that wants to can dial in and listen anytime they want if their computer goes on the wink out or something, or, for whatever. So, yeah, just hang out and feel free. And let's see, Fred, moving along here, we have Athena in California sending a message. Hi, Fred and Bill. Birthday 11/6 of 56. Can you look at my chances for finding work in the near future? I think my Jupiter and other aspects are positive, but wondering about what type of work is more feasible, contract or a regular job. Any info would be wonderful. Thank you so much, from Athena.
Okay. Let's see who she's playing with. Well, she's also going to be going in her next Saturn return next year, too. Boy, this is going to be interesting. But she's completing that old Uranus-Neptune transit. That one's completing Christmas Eve, and the other steps right in there and plays a little game. So you've got 2 degrees Saturn and Saturn, love. And the other one, that comes later. And I'm looking at this. Let me see. It looks like you've got a Sag moon. It's hard to tell. Late degrees Scorpio in your north node, so Saturn will be touching that. And see, your Uranus Neptune thing will be complete. All right. So I would almost think you'd have to have a job where you were in control. That feels correct. You're not a follower. You're a doer. And you've been going through lots of change for over. To see, you're in a 5-year cycle. That's what you're in. And so, if you know what you want, don't be afraid to put it out there. It's very, very important for you to know what you want and to be very clear for you. And by doing that, and when you ask the universe, God, Mother God, whatever it is you believe in, okay, to assist you, it will come, and it's there. So when you go, your Saturn returns are changed. First one's at 29, and next one between 58, 59, going into 60. And it's, as I say, going in the golden years. And I remember mine. I thought it was bad enough for the first one. The second one even got more. I felt like I was on a galloping horse, for pity's sakes. But anyway, not everybody's like mine. Mine was one way, and somebody else's another. So no, I see. Oh God, so many people are doing this. There's a possible chance when you get going, think about starting something of your own at some other time down the line if you feel comfortable with that. But you need to be in a position where you're in control. Okay, it's very, very important. And if you want to try and take a regular one, let's see, where is your Jupiter? Where is it? Oh, it's in Virgo. You're going to go into your Jupiter return next July, and it's late degrees Virgo. So isn't this interesting? So yours, and that will hit you in 2015. So your Saturn cycle starts in Christmas Eve. By the springtime, it's going to retrograde back into Scorpio, and then it will go past your 2 degrees. Or what am I doing here? I'm all right. I'm not even looking at this. 5 degrees, and then it will kind of sit there until September 2015, and then it will go there for 2.5 years. So it's all change. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you breathe, your relatives and so forth. People may pass away. All sorts of things can take place. It's none of it's negative. It's just time for energy to move on. Okay? So let's see. May that help you or clear your mind up. All right? You have been going through a lot already, but Athena, you're going to come out of it. And know you're in charge. Okay, you're in charge of your life. Okay? Thank you.
All right. Well, a lot of good information there, I would suspect, Athena. Good luck with that. And, that's been the question du jour for about 6-7 years now, hadn't it, Fred?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, before that. But anyway.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Cindy in Canada. Hi, Cindy. Welcome back. Hi, Fred and Bill. My birth date is February 21st of 69. And husband's birth date is September 5 of 69. His sisters are not wanting to have a relationship with us, especially me. I feel bad about it. I have tried to reach out and make amends in the past, but it doesn't look like they are open to a reconciliation, especially with me. I'm not sure of their birth dates, but one is a Sagittarius and one birthday is February 22nd of 68.
Okay. Well, first of all, you have to look at this for what it really is. Okay, just so I'm going to get you to pay attention because it makes a lot of difference. Okay, what we got? All right. Pisces moon, you're born in retrograde, Aquarius, Pisces. You're very psychic, my dear. You have Scorpio, Mars. Mars went into Scorpio. That's where it's at. Aries and Saturn. You're a very powerful woman. You're only going through your Neptune return right now, and that's going to last a little bit longer for you. You got, just like my son, it's going to go back into Scorpio in the spring and sit there until, September 15th or 17th in 2015. What I'm going to say, remember one thing. You have to keep yourself in the highest place, because what there's judgments going on, and I think sometimes you have to pull back. You may feel sorry about it, but maybe your energies don't match for whatever reason. I get some jealousy going on, and jealousy is insecurity. Sorry about that. I'm going to go over here and look at your husband. You probably have some karmic stuff together, you and your husband, which would not surprise me any. I mean, come on. Oh, he's got a moon in Cancer. Interesting. Libra, Leo. Sag, yep. Yep, he's been going through the same thing you've been going through. What I would say is, the way you look at this, just let go of them. You know, they've got some problems that dates back to when they were younger. And they seem like that they've, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. All right, there's a lot of, the way the Indians would say is speak with a forked tongue, all right? All right, so what I'm saying, they're saying things back and forth or between themselves, and not everything comes out of their mouth is all that great. So you can do anything you want because they would judge you, because I don't think they ever wanted you to marry the brother. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, if they had their way, their brother wouldn't be married, and they would keep it all together, because that's just the type of personalities they are. So, in the desert, there's lots of snakes, and somebody's trying to call me, and that's not going to work, is it? I'm on the radio, dear. I'll call you later. She forgot about Friday. So the idea is don't back off, both of you, leave it alone. And if they get upset about that, the one thing he can say is that, hey, we've tried. We tried to be positive with you for whatever the reason is, and you guys may know the reason. Okay, if there's forgiveness and all this going on, and everybody needs to be adults. When you hold on to crap, somebody's going to be getting sick. You don't want it yourself or your husband. And so I would say is, you've tried enough. You've done all the things that you've done forgiving and everything else that's going on, and they don't want any part of it because I think they enjoy the drama. So why bother? Let them have the drama, and you two have your life. You came together for a reason. You've known each other in another lifetime, more than one, and that's what you're doing. All right? So just, Cindy, just let go. It must me. I had to do it in my own family. And I was 27 years old when I did it. I haven't seen anybody since. It's the way it worked. But it's okay. The idea is, maybe I could have done something later on, but I didn't feel a pull. So same thing for you. You've done the right steps. Let go. You and your husband have a life. and have a good one. And I hope he opens his emotions up. He has that Cancer moon. And funny thing is, Cancer opposite Virgo. Isn't that interesting? That's a real interesting thing there, too. But he's also going through his Neptune return like you. That'll be done, and then be more lessons coming up somewhere else. Okay, so you have a good day, you and your husband. God bless both of you. Sometimes it don't always work. We have to just move on.
All right. Okay. Well, Cindy, good luck with that. Those family things sometimes just go wacky. But anyway.
Yep.
All right, Fred. Well, you might want to send your psychic telegram to Cibicue because we're down to our last message here.
Okay.
And
not surprising. It's not surprising.
Yeah. We do have a few people hanging out listening, but none of them have indicated they want to talk. And I know they're regular, just dial-in listener type people, so not an issue there. But if any of you folks decide you do want a reading today, just push the *5 on your keypad. Anybody else out there watching on YouTube, watching on Achieve TV, or listening to Achieve Radio, just 602-666-6027, and we'll get you right on the air. At any rate, our last message on the board at the moment comes from someone called Amy. I don't remember Amy, but at any rate, it's another one of the fun ones. People seem to like that, Fred. This is about an historic figure. And I also forgot to tell Russell to resend me the information on the 19th century guy that he wanted to hear about. But at any rate, this is an historic figure, born December 24, 1905. December 24, 1905. First initials H.R.
Wow, we're going way back there. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, not as far. I mean, Russell still has that guy from 1832, I think it was.
Yeah, well, there sometimes that's when I have to put my trust into the big guy above me, and let them just see. Almost. Oh, here we go, Mr. Capricorn. Let's see what you're like. This guy should have been on stage. Probably was in a different way. Probably was on stage in some capacity.
You could definitely say that.
Yeah, and let's see here. He could be be very gregarious. Sometimes a bit stubborn. Okay. And his personality. Did this person? Does anybody? Well, you probably don't. Maybe you know.
Fred.
Yeah.
Hey, Fred. Okay. All right. That stupid audio thing that happened the other day is happening again here.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm going to do is just switch this over for a minute, and we'll see what happens. And hang in there, everybody. Don't know what happens, but it seems like after about 45 minutes or so, somebody's computer does something really weird, and Fred's audio goes really wacky. And I found out last week I could switch it over, off of the studio and back to the handset, and then wait a few seconds and switch it back. So I've done that. And Fred, nope, didn't work this time. Didn't work this time. Okay, let me, boy, this is irritating. Let me cue up some music or do something here. And then we'll get back to this guy that Amy wanted to find out about. So. Alrighty, hang on, everybody. We'll be right back. Hang in there. And boy, I got too many buttons to push here, and this whole video thing, and running out of screens, and I have to switch them back and forth. So, hang on, everybody. We'll be right back. Okay, I've been doing computers since the 1970s, and I still don't have a clue why they think they can get by with doing that kind of stuff, but they certainly do.
Well, doesn't surprise me any. So was this guy a gentleman? He comes across like an actor, number one, but he could have been a statesman too. Did he live to be old?
Yeah, very old.
Yeah, because it shows it here. He could. And did he wear any kind of like a mustache or goatee?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, he was. Let me take a look here. Younger, he didn't, but in his later years, yes, he definitely did wear a mustache.
Okay, so that was coming up. He didn't wear glasses or anything, did he?
Let me put it this way: he didn't wear glasses, but it wouldn't be uncommon to see him wearing some type of eyewear.
Right. That's okay. That's all I need to know. Okay. Seems like this guy. I don't pick negative energy up from him, and he was very lighthearted in his how he did his work in his life. For some reason, it's very possible he helped a lot. Not that he wasn't a little stubborn at times, because he was. He was very stubborn. Sometimes liked his own way. But he liked to help. He liked to make changes. And it's coming across somewhat positive, okay? I don't know if he reached 100 or not, but it wouldn't surprise me. He got up there anyway.
Yeah, and not that far. Not that far.
No, he could, but I think what he did, he was so vigorous and out there, I think he wore his spirit out. And he probably lived to be in his 90s. So, and
yeah.
this,
I see not that far either, actually.
No, really? Well, I'm surprised. Okay, because he dressed well too, another way, and what have you. And his mind was, and sometimes his mind would work like a little scientist too. But that theatrical side with him was out there, and so whatever it was, he did a good job in life. He had some struggles with other people that he didn't always fit in to where he was, and he had to probably argue himself to put himself where he needed to be, because people tried to drag him down and judge him. And but he came through it, and some of them, after they judged him, got themselves in some trouble. So I feel I get the honesty in him from what I can gather. Stubbornness, yes. Gregarious, actor-like, statesman-like, and upfront, and he couldn't help from just talking. And sometimes he liked to be right, but I feel like he was a very balanced individual, and he made it all work somehow, some way.
Can you pick up anything about his later life, which...
Did he remarry or something, by the way? Did he have another?
I believe he had a couple of wives and numerous liaisons, so to speak.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, he's got a lot of sad. So one woman would not make this man satisfied. It'd be impossible. And it's real interesting. Heaviness in the heart. Later in his life too, upper problems with, I think, his upper body for some reason, and God, when he got older, did he get cantankerous when he got older and get a little fuddy-duddy kind of thing going on with himself when he got older? Because I feel like
cantankerous fit according to the public persona. A good part of his life, except for his very early years. But cantankerous would be a good description. Other people called it paranoia or something. Yeah.
Well, he probably had that. The idea is, I think he put himself out there too far. See, he was one person when he was younger. His whole persona changed when he got older, and this whole other person come over there. And he may have got into being maybe schizophrenia or bipolar, which they didn't know what that was then, back then. So he may have went that direction. And he pissed off a lot of people more when he got older, because he said things probably he shouldn't have said. And made it a little bit unruly. when he got on the other side, I get this strange feeling he was trying to apologize for his actions. I don't know if he took advantage of people. It's there, but I'm not really sure. But when he was younger, he was a very honest individual, but boy, did his personality change through his life, living the long life he did. He hurt a lot of women romantically.
Yep, I can. That goes along with what's known. I'm not extremely familiar with this guy, but so far it sounds pretty good. Getting kind of wacky in his later years. Like you said, paranoia. How would you classify him as more humble or maybe a bit ruthless?
He was more humble in his younger years. And I think when he got older, he got ruthless.
Okay, okay. Yeah, see that fits exactly what I've heard, and I can't think of anything else to ask for Amy there. She just basically said, whatever comes along, and it once again, everybody out there listening, this seems to fit so well, not just with the public persona, but what you would think about somebody in this position. And the mustache thing tickled me. And Fred, the individual is Howard Robard Hughes.
Oh my God! Yes, yes. See, there's a nice guy when he was younger, and then he got horrible when he got older. Yes, okay, that totally makes sense. I also I thought he wound up having a beard too, but maybe not.
They claim that when he turned into a recluse, he let himself go totally and never shaved, never cut his fingernails, all kinds of stuff. But I don't know if anybody's proved that.
Well, yeah, he when he got older, he was a total, oh boy. When he was younger, he was a great guy. And he had the humbleness, and he made his money and everything else, and something happened later on where he was like, oh, look out. Yeah, yes. I wouldn't have figured that one out if I tried.
Yeah, that the mustache thing is the one that really sticks in my mind because that was his persona. And then you said the glasses, and I'm looking at his little bio on the internet, and he's there with his aviator goggles, and that's why.
There you go. Yeah. Something on the face there and so forth. But they kept showing me this mustache, and I'm thinking, he was like an actor, but almost a statesman, and he was. Forth.
Yeah, deep in the motion picture industry, and and who was it here? Joan Peters, Terry Moore, Ella Rice.
Yeah, all of them. He's heard everyone. But I can tell you something. When I was doing this, I was hearing all these apologies.
Yeah.
Forgive me. All this stuff was going on my other side of my head. I'm going, oh, great, that's nice. So these things get interesting because when we're doing them, it's never. I surprise myself, by the way.
Is that right? Yeah, it's certainly all of them. There's only been one individual that went differently from what the public perception is. But this guy is a current politician, and I promised I wouldn't spill the beans on it, so I'm going to be a little discreet here. But a current politician who has not been well known for very long. And so I can see how what you said. Basically, you said he's a bit two-faced.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see. We've got 4 minutes. Christina wrote in maybe 5 minutes ago. Christina, November 2nd of 55. Hi, Christina. Wondering if you can look at a life overview for the next few months. Do you see chances good for new work in the next couple of months and possible travel in the next 6 months? Will things work out in the new location? Thank you so much from Christina.
Well, she's not afraid to talk, that's for sure. A lot of, Jupiter return again, another lady. And you're finishing your Saturn return this year, so that's quite a completion. You did your Neptune return 2.5 years ago. Now you're completing your Saturn return. You're busy. Boy, are you busy. I'm telling you, you had the Libra and Mars. We have almost the same degrees of Libra and Mars. So I hope there was 9 months of that crazy thing on us, so I hope that didn't bother your lower back or anything like that, because it was there. 2 weeks ago, it lifted. Okay, let's see, Scorpio and Venus. Well, I would say, what am I talking? Oh yeah, Christina. Okay, I think the success is coming to you because you've had to do a lot of work going through all these 5 years of change. And my goodness, at least it's ending. I don't see, oh yeah, North Node and Sagittarius. There it is. Well, that can't be too bad after what you've already gone through. So I feel the success is there and where you're at. If you like where you're at and it fits everything, then cleanse it thoroughly. Everybody cleanse places when you move into them. You never know who was there before you. All right, so cleanse them, cleanse them, cleanse them, cleanse them, cleanse them. And anyway, I see success coming in for you, and I almost feel you know this, and you have diplomatic way of talking to people. You have the way of expressing yourself. Probably, I don't know if you're still in business or not, but it comes across that way. And whatever your ventures are, you've worked hard to make them work. So I feel that success is definitely there. It's all in your hands, okay? Go with that first feeling and you'll never make a mistake, all right? Congratulations, my dear. You're finishing your second Saturn return. It's all good. Oh, my goodness, that first 2.5 years were a little rough on you with that Neptune return. We all know what that was like. So congratulations, my dear. Enjoy your time and what's in your future, okay?
All right, outstanding. Well, Fred, that brings us up to the end of hour 1 here on Visionary Awareness. So, folks, I want to remind you to visit Fred's website, psychicfred.com is the website. That's a hard one to remember, psychicfred.com. Just
now that we're open again.
Now that you're open again. No. Did you have website issues?
No, it's like, oh God, here comes the other one. It's probably an advertiser. No, it's probably an advertiser. Home security. See what I mean?
All
so
right.
this is what I do. I just hang up on them.
There you go. That works. All right, everybody, we're going to be back in just about 5 minutes or so with hour number 2. Call in, send your messages in, whatever you want to do, and Fred will get to everybody in the next hour. We'll be right back. Hang in there.
Looking for a psychic with experience? 47 years as a professional psychic. Visionary Awareness with Fred Fassett. Live after the break.
What if we got rewarded for every good decision?
Dinner. Meal needs a vegetable. Check.
Amazing!
Vegetables cooked with a healthier oil instead of butter?
Fantastic! Replacing bad fats with healthier fats like those in canola or vegetable oil is good for your heart. Take up the challenge for good health because the you of the future will say,
fantastic!
Visit heart.org/face the fats. Canola Info proudly supports the American Heart Association's Face the Fats campaign.
AchieveRadio.com.
When I walked into that room, the first thing I saw was you. You waiting tables on that Sunday afternoon. When you turned to me and said, I'll be right with you soon. Your brown It's what made me fall for you, for you. Yeah, yeah, every time I close my eyes, all I do is think of you. When I go to sleep at night, all I do is dream of you, of you, of you. All I do is think of you, of you. All I do. Once a week I go to that cafe lakeside view, hoping for some courage to say hello to you. I don't know what comes over me when you walk into that room. It must be your brown hair and eyes that makes me fall for you, for you, for you. It's what makes me fall for you, for you. Yeah, yeah, every time I close my eyes, all I do is think of you. When I go to sleep at night, all I do is dream of you, of you, of you. All I do is think of you, of you. All I do is think of you. Of you, of you, all I do is think.
Hello, this is Jonathan Goldman.
And Andy Goldman.
Sound can be an extraordinary vehicle for healing and transformation. It can affect your body, your mind, and your spirit.
We'd like to invite you to visit our website, healingsounds.com, and discover some of the amazing things that sound can do. You'll find articles and interviews, a special store for sonic healing tools, award-winning CDs, books, tuning forks, and much more.
You can find out about the discovery of the divine name, what we call a hotline to the divine. Explore ways of studying and learning about sound healing, and even download a free recording called the 7-Minute Chakra Tune-Up.
There's much to explore in the world of sound healing, and discover ways that you can live a healthier and happier life.
Once again, we'd like to invite you to come visit our website, healingsounds.com, and experience the difference.
Thank you.
I was leaving an exercise class.
All of a sudden, the pain started.
My entire chest. Shortness of breath. Very fatigued. Nauseated. Thought that it was nothing much, maybe just stress. You're having a heart attack.
I'm healthy, I'm young. There's no way it could be my heart. No way.
Heart disease doesn't discriminate. Listen to your body. Go get checked.
Heart disease is the #1 killer in women.
And this is something that we can fight.
Visit GoRedForWomen.org to learn a woman's risk for heart disease.
Listening to AchieveRadio.com. A new drummer for a new awakening. Welcome back, everybody, to hour number 2 of Fred Fassett's Visionary Awareness here on AchieveRadio.com, Achieve Radio TV, and YouTube Live TV. Any one of those three. 2 of the 3 will let you see Fred live and in living color, and the other one will let you hear the readings as we go through the afternoon today. And my name is Bill. I assist Fred by answering the phones, reading the messages, and just kind of hanging out and taking life easy. This beats working for a living, you know what I mean? So, Anyway, folks, we would appreciate it if you would call in. The number to do that, 602-666-6027, 602-666-6027. The number to call. You can post a question on the Achieve Radio InQuick page or on the Achieve Radio chat room. Both of those features available on the Achieve Radio Studio A page or the Achieve Radio TV, Achieve TV page. And we will read the messages or answer the phone calls or do whatever as soon as you check in. And one more thing, Fred's website, psychicfred.com, psychicfred.com, the website. And actually, I said one more thing, but I've got two, actually. I am supposed to say that the introduction and exit music for Visionary Awareness is copyright by Al Berry and Hawkspeak Productions, used by permission. And also, during the break, you heard Rob Anthony. Copyright Rob Anthony, and RobAnthonyMusic.com is where you can find Rob. And also used by permission, RobAnthonyMusic.com. So, shoo, Fred, too many things. I'm going to have to write myself a script here if I keep this up.
The way things have been going lately, let me tell you, it's been a little crazy. That's all I know out there, because I'm hearing all kinds of things, especially with people calling in. I'm paying attention, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, if everybody only knew. But anyway, so do we get anybody else calling in? I mean, or writing in or whatever?
Well, I was just going to mention that you need to put in a wake-up call to your guys there, because the board's empty and the lines are empty, except for a couple folks, Renee and somebody else that I know that hangs out there. Well, somebody just showed up. Actually, the phone board is starting to light up. Haven't had time to catch the names, but let's see who this is. Calling from Ohio. Hello, Ohio. I didn't have a chance to hear your name. You're on the air with Fred. Hello.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
No.
What's your name?
So,
it's Anita.
What was that? I missed that. Okay, when's your birthday, ma'am?
5/26/64.
What was that, Bill? 5 what?
What was that, 5/26/54?
64.
64, I'm sorry. And what was your first name again?
It's Anita.
Anita. Okay, Anita. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, 520. Oh, okay. Okay, I think we've talked to you before, right, Anita?
You have. Yes, you have. Yes, sir, you have. But I'm just curious, with all the changes going on with everything, where am I at? Am I still sitting okay? Is everything going to be okay?
Well, when you get into this, it's you're probably going through what everybody else has been going through. If I'm not mistaken, let's put the light over here so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, you got one of the aspects here. You're doing your Neptune return. That one's going to be okay. Let's see what else you got going here. Da, 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 and there goes that crazy thing for me again. Okay, let me see right there. Let's see what we get up. Okay. You got everything going on here. My God. Do you realize how strong-willed you are? Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I think to some degree. Maybe not to the same degree you're thinking.
Well, I don't look at it as like strong in the sense of lifting weights. I'm looking at strong in the sense of coming from the universal's perspective, okay? You do have a sensitive thing here. You've got some water going on in here. What it tries to do is balance the strong part of you so you don't overdo everything, and get too out of control, because the universe has a way of balancing us. And you've been going through that blasted Neptune return, plus you do have some Earth stuff in your chart that's been challenged also. So that's all going to end. A lot of this is going to end also on Christmas Eve this year, when everything starts moving in a better direction. But you're a Gemini, so guess what? You know how everything shifts around. no matter how we look at it. So Saturn, planet Saturn, goes into Sagittarius, much better sign than Scorpio. And it's going to hit all the mutable signs. So that's going to hit Sagittarius, Virgo, Gemini, and Pisces. So what you've already gone through, you learn a lot. So whatever's coming should assist you, because all Saturn is about change. And if you made the proper changes, got people out of your life, moved everything in the right direction, then I would feel that you should be okay. See, the reason this all goes on, it's like if you take the sun is the mother, okay, and all the planets around it are all the brothers and sisters, uncles, and so forth and so forth. So it keeps going around in circles, for us to learn. And if some of us don't learn, it comes in with a punch and really beats some of us up. And some, it takes people off the planet. So I would think from picking up your voice, you should be a much better place after everything you've gone through. And if that makes sense for you, then you've learned the lessons up till this time. It's like what I said one day, my guide laughed at me. Well, at least I got through this now. Are we going to get a little bit light energy? And they all started laughing. I thought, well, that was encouraging. So, we're going to school all the time. It never stops. The only time it stops is when we transcend, and then we go into a different type of school on the other side. I always say, do I have to pass on to get my master's degree? So as long as you're present, you're grounded. You're grounded for a Gemini. So that's really, really, really good. So you're very grounded. You're going to complete your Neptune return. You did your other thing some time ago. So look at it this way. Look how much you've grown. And I would say now yeah, and you know who you are. So you've grown, thank God for that, and look at what is it you would like to do complete by the end of this year? You see? That's how you look at what would you like to do from what you've learned. How does that help you to move forward in your life, and go with those first feelings every time you get them, and you'll do every step right. It's like Oprah used to say, that light bulb moment. Because this is not an easy school we're going to here on Earth, man. It's rough. So, but you've learned a lot. So take that after you complete your Neptune return and realize, okay, I've done all this. See if I can apply this for the rest of the changes that come at me through my life, and use it as a guiding tool. You'll probably be fine. Just know nothing ever stops. It's just a different level. We ever go this way and that way. And if you got rid of all the negative people in your life, let's look at relationships are hard, no matter what they are. So you do your best, move them out of the way, and move on, and you'll be fine. And I think you've learned a lot. So, all right?
Yeah. Yes. All right. Like I said, I was just, because I know everybody's making a big deal out of the big changes where everything changes, around to. And I thought, I'm just making sure that everything.
Well, look at it this way. My old astrologist in Santa Barbara, I used to go and ask her questions, and she'd say to me, well, it has nothing to do with your chart, Fred. And I used to drive me crazy. And that's why I sat down to learn what I've learned, because the simple reason is it makes me understand. So that might be something for you to do, is have someone teach you about your particular chart. So if somebody says that, you can go back and look and say, well, it has nothing to do with me.
Right.
See?
And like I said, that's why I thought I'm gonna call and find out, and just to make sure, because like you said, these past couple of months, years, it has been crazy. I mean, so many things have happened.
Well,
I'm tired of this.
Well, the negative energy out there, when I started the show, I was talking about the negative energy of the dark side also puts, that's why I want everybody to pray. The more prayers we get, and we pray, we help each other, and we can heal this planet and push that out of the way. That whole thing is there. That's why the last few months has been nuts. Oh yeah, it's been terribly nuts. So I understand what you're saying, man. My birthday, I just sat there and went, okay, that's nice. Gee, thanks a lot, guys. And I didn't do anything. I just went, okay, and it's just been nuts. So all we do is get through it. We learn from it and see how strong we've gotten and educated we got it from what we've learned. Okay.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You're welcome. Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks.
And thank you for calling in. We do appreciate it. And as soon as I can get the computer to cooperate here. Okay. All right, we have a call, and the name got scrambled. The audio didn't download very well. It sounded horrible. But at any rate, it's from New York. So, New York, you're on the air with Fred. What's your name, please?
Oops.
Hello, New York. That's you.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. Maybe New York did not want to go on the air. I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, I'll put them back on mute, and we'll try again here in a minute. Meantime, we've got Crystal in California wrote in. Let's see. Okay, I see what's going on here. Sort of a blind reading. I'm wondering if you can look at a person who is very well known in their field, a musician. I have had a connection and contact with this person and wondering if there will be any future connection of some kind. Any insight into his personality would also be great. Thank you so much. Initials SS. Birthday 10/2/51.
Wow. Okay, we have to go back here a ways. Nice Libra. It depends on hers too. That's where that stands. Ask her to send hers as well. She wants me to connect that. That makes a bit of difference.
Yeah. So send yours in, Crystal. I'll be watching for it.
Oh, Leo and Mars. He can be a bit stubborn. Very creative, obviously. Analyzes everything pretty well, too. He's gone through his Saturn stuff, too. Wow. I wonder if he writes as well. I wonder if he sings, because that's coming up. Man, he was very powerful in other lifetimes as well. This is going to make, somebody's going to get some chills here. I'm going to do something. I'm going to just say this. All I got was he was around Mozart. To get that one go back there a ways. He was around Mozart and assisted him in some way. And I think I know, but I'm not going to go there. Might be a little outlandish. And as far as working with you, Crystal, he's double Libra here, okay? He's got, there's the grounding. All right, I'm just looking here. He's grounded there. Boy, does he have a lot of Libra. He needs to really perform, because if he doesn't perform, he would not be happy. And if he's still performing, that's pretty doggone good. But he does have the side of analyzing. He is very emotional. And I'll bet you 4-1, when he shows the emotions, it's more in his creative venues. More creative in his creative venues, and probably he might hold back in his personal life, and he does more outwardly. And there's two different personalities going on here. The one on is what you see on stage, and when he's off is like night and day. So, did she give you her birthday?
It hasn't come in yet.
Oh, okay. Because I want to make sure, because you got two different things going on here, Crystal. I don't know if he'd balance you or not right now, because like he's one person on stage and he's different when he steps off. He might not be as talkative. He's a bit stubborn. Leo Mars always makes, we have a dog here in the house that has Leo Mars. Let me tell you, talk about stubborn. Oh my God, he can play the Libra all over the place. And then when she wants to get down and do something nasty, she can.
Okay.
And he has this.
Hey, Fred? Okay,
Yeah.
we've got the information. She says, yes, singer, songwriter, performer with a pretty good career even now. Crystal's birthday, 11/8/55.
Let's see how this works. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. Let's look at this, Crystal. This is I just think this gets interesting. Let's see how this would work. Okay. I'll double check what I'm doing. Oh, you're finicky. Virgo moon. You got what I've got going on. Sagittarius. Okay, that works. And you're in your Jupiter return, you're in your second Saturn return, you did all the other stuff. Now, oddly enough, you'd probably be the grounding tool for him. Does he know you exist, I pray tell? Because he needs to know that you exist. Like I said, there's a part of him can shut down when he's off the stage. That's just the way it is, okay? He's a good guy, and so forth. I'm going to ask you a question. I don't see it now. Did he do any drinking or drugs when he was in his younger days? And probably doesn't do that now. Either that or somebody around him had that going on. I'm picking that up as well, too. I think he had to focus pretty well. Maybe it wasn't him, but boy, that energy blah, 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 was around him. And I bet I know who this is, but I can't begin to tell you. All right. Yeah, lots of lights around him. He's been known for years and years and years and going strong because, is he on the thin? Is his persona, his physical self, he's a little bit thin or what? So I'm getting a couple of things thrown at me here. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, but I guess the drugs are around somehow, some way, but I don't think they're around no more. Okay, so I hope he knows you're alive. You be pretty good grounding with him because there is some balance in there. So it could be interesting, but don't get disappointed if you can't get through to him. That's just his personality. So you see one on stage and one when he steps off, and it's night and day. Pretty good guy because he was able to keep himself up in the popularity all these years. So that's phenomenal, and the people love him when he comes out on the stage. He just does everything. He carries around. It sounds like he might have been in the band, or he still has a bunch of people around he plays with and things like this. Okay, so if that makes any sense.
Okay, all right. And Crystal also writes in additional info. Several psychics have told me that we have a strong past life connection also. Makes it interesting.
Well, it could be, but let me put it like this. If you did, you were probably the one in charge.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then she must be on the radio because there's quite a delay on the radio. She says, yes, on the thinner side, but well-built. Yes, was a rock star in earlier days, which is a good way of saying, yes, there were some drugs involved years ago.
I swear to God, going back to Mozart, they just threw that one at me. That was the period he did music before. So it goes way back. And if you have any past lives there with him, if you ever seen yourself in long gowns and things like this, if you ever picture yourself like that, that would be a connection.
Okay. All right. Well, you ready to move ahead, Fred?
Sure.
All right, let's try this. Caller in New York, and I couldn't understand the recording, but if you're there this time, you're on the air with Fred. Hello.
Hello.
That's you.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Sherry, and
okay.
I have you give me a general reading. I believe like last month. So
I did.
Today
okay.
I would like. Yeah, today I would like to ask you about my career, if you can help look into my career.
Okay, when's your birthday, Sherry?
Okay, my birthday is January 17, 1959.
Oh, yes, I can. See, I love this. That's how that's the way I know people. It's wonderful, you know? Okay, let's look. Let's look. And you don't show your age at all, girl. You have that youthful energy around you. Grounded. Whoa. Have you run your own company, or did you work in a company where you were in charge?
Well, I have not been working for about almost 6 years now.
Really?
And
you need to be.
So that's why I want to look into my career to see when I would be ready to go back to work again.
Well, let me put it this way: coming up to your next birthday, because you're completing a cycle too. Now, I'm going to ask you something. Was that last job you had was that a bit stressful? The last job you had?
Yeah,
it's been a
very
while.
Stressful.
Yeah. That's why you got pushed out of there. Because had you not gotten out of there, you were going to have some serious health problems. All right, and then you've been challenged. Boy, have you gotten through challenges. Whoopie goodness sakes, girl. You've been challenged everywhere. Okay, that one calms it down. Okay, Capricorn and Mercury, let's see that. You've got all this fixed stuff in here, and your Jupiter is in Scorpio. That's a good place. All right. I'm surprised. Wait, it hasn't got there yet. I'm going to say this, Sherry. Oddly enough, with Saturn in Scorpio, and you have Jupiter in Scorpio like me, when it hits 26 degrees, let me think. It would probably be towards the end of the year. If that hits just right, a job could appear where you wouldn't start till the following year. Okay, but there is a possibility towards the end of the year that if Saturn hits your Jupiter just right, a job will just pull out of left field. If you now are you staying? Have you changed your career? Or are you doing this? Are you going to be looking at doing the same thing?
I don't know. So if you can help me to see what would be the right kind of job or what kind of things that I should be doing.
So you're in New York, okay? Let's see here. With the way I'm looking at this, you need a job where you're in the control seat, so to speak. That could be a manager. That could be you over other people. Because I can't see you being, how should I put this, where everybody's over you and you're working. I don't believe that would be very healthy for you. Okay, I think with you in the seat, because you've learned an awful lot since you've been off work. And here's another thing I'm real interested in. This comes not surprising to me. And do you like staying in New York?
Do I like New York?
Do you like staying in New York?
Well, I'm okay with New York, but I never think of locate to other places.
Okay, I'm just going to say there is a possible chance that somebody might offer you a job outside the state that you're in now, and it would come when you least expect it. So I just want you to be open. If that would come, if it was the right position, would you take that in consideration? Because that's how sometimes change comes in such a strange way. Because you had a very good job at one time. You had a very good job, even though it was stressful and everything else. But a lot of the people you were working with before, I think there were a lot of problems there in whoever you were working for. And I think that it wasn't just you that were gone, but I feel that others were gone as well. There was a lot of changes in wherever you were working. So, okay, and that had to happen because there was a lot of negativity there, and I'm thinking possibly some of the power people may have also got themselves in trouble as well. So I feel now that you're in a positive place, more positive, a job could come basically. I just feel at the end of the year, but definitely starting at the first of the year. It doesn't mean something can't come in the meantime. It depends on what. Keep saying this to me. Did you do anything in sales?
I'm having a hard time to hear you.
I know. I know.
Okay, Fred, your microphone is going wacky again for whatever reason. And Sherry, if you'll hang on for just a minute, I don't know why this does this, but Fred's audio just goes wacky every few minutes. And so we're going to take like a 30-second music break and come right back, try to get this fixed. So hang in there, everybody, just a minute. Okay, made it back, Fred, and I believe we've still got Sherry on the line. And do I have you on the line, Fred? No, I don't. Hang on. Wrong one. Here we go. Now you're on.
Okay. Is Sherry there?
Yeah, she is. I got to unmute her phone. So, okay.
Okay.
We're all good.
Okay. Hear me? Now can you hear me, Sherry?
Yes.
Okay. We don't know what goes on, but every now and then it gets garbled for some reason. What I was asking you, was there, in your last job, was there anything to do with sales?
Can you repeat that again?
Sales. Was there anything to do with sales in your last job?
No, actually, I was doing accounting work.
Okay. All right. Well, so they kept saying sales. Maybe that was something coming in around you. They kept saying sales. I'm going, what? What is this? So I thought I'd just get that out of the way. All right. So you had the more grounding job when all the other stuff was going on around you. All right. So I still think there's a job coming up at the end of the year when it crosses just right, and then you might start at the end of the year. But if something comes, they're also saying that a job can come out of left field for you. So start putting, get a job hunter, or start getting your applications moving again, because these last few months weren't very nice. Anyway, these last few months have been very rough. So start putting yourself out there again, and let's just see what happens, okay? Because you could land one out of left field, if you understand, because you're ready to go back to work. The energy is building for you to go back to work. It'll be interesting to see what company brings you in, because you're good at your work. You're very good. You're a perfectionist, and that's what they need in that field, if that's the field you wind up in, okay? But you're going back to work. You're going to go back to work, and it's just, I'm just telling you, it's going to be really crazy. That's why I'm making everybody do prayers, because there's been things in the way, and it doesn't work, you know? So we'll do some prayers around you too, and let's see if that opens the doors for everybody, because there's a lot of people who need to go back to work, and there's been obstacles in the way. So we'll put a lot of stuff out there and see if that opens doors. It's time, you know. It's really time. Okay, girl. So have a good evening. Okay. Have a good evening.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thanks for calling in, Sherry. We appreciate it. And a quick shout to John, who locates himself in the United States of America. John in the USA. If you care to, send in your month, day, and year of your birthday. Fred can do a much better reading if he has the month, day, and year. So put that on the board as quick as you hear it, and we'll get to your message. We've got one or two ahead of you, I do believe, at least a couple. Any rate, coming up next is a familiar name, familiar voice, Gwen, out there in Red Sox land. Hi, Gwen.
Gwen. Hello.
Did it work? Hello, Gwen. Well, I'm not sure what happened. I was going to ask Gwen because I got a couple instant messages. Are you there, Gwen? No, we're not hearing a thing, but I don't know what's up with that. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the same Gwen. Sent in messages, and let me get to where I can read the things. Not being able to see is the worst part about this. Okay, Gwen in Boston. Hi, Fred. I've started a new job, and I'm starting to have some problems with some of the people. They are very unkind people. Do you see things changing, or should I move on? 4-2-64.
Oh, dear. I think I know who this is.
Yeah, she's called in several times.
Yeah, so that's why I always like this. You know, when I see something, I like, yeah, okay. She winds up in Sag instead of Scorpio. Two. Taurus. And of course, you're doing your Neptune return too. Let me put it this way. They're quite nasty, and I can see their energies is not good. You say what you feel right up front. You're very honest about things, and these people don't seem to like. How should I put this? They've got a clique going, and one of these days this clique is going to fall apart, and a lot of them aren't going to be there. And so, if you find another position that would come up, don't walk away from this. All right, stay where you're at and stay in your power. And they're nasty. So what I suggest you to do, this might be fun for you. Imagine pink energy all the way around, all over them, and watch what this does. This might change their energy because they're a bunch of nasty individuals, and they don't do all their work as well as they should either, and they're making mistakes. And they think they've been there to where they can do whatever they want to do. So if you see another job coming up, yeah, but don't go quitting until you get something else going. Unless it's so bad, then you have to. And you and I, let's see, what do you got? What the 12? All right. Libra was over here too. That's gone from you now. Okay, that's gone from you. But there was an aspect for about 9 months on you, and you also have Aries and Mars and Jupiter. You've been a very powerful soul from previous lifetimes, and whenever you get into the work, you like honesty and you like truth and all this stuff going on. So in the meantime, know the people are just exactly where they are. Start visualizing pink energy around them any way you want to, and just watch the fun, because they're on the darker side of energy, just so you know. And that's why they're the way that is. And they're kind of envious of you. You do your work, and you're not one. I mean, you can talk when you want to, but when you see somebody respond and not respond in the proper way, you kind of back off. So you're picking everything up correct. But like I said, if you see another job coming that is right for you, go for it, and then you can leave out of there. If they want to know why you leave, once you get to the other job, don't be afraid. Say, can't handle the negative energy, the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If I don't feel that I'm comfortable in that surroundings, okay? So lots of luck. All right? Lots of luck.
Okay, very good. And I want to say to Anue and Russ that we will get to those two if we have time here. Both of you specified it wasn't a big deal to you right now today. We do have some people that might be a big deal. The first of which is Marjorie up in Maine, and Marjorie is 4-24-56. 57. Hello, Bill and Fred. Still working at the temp job. Do you see something new for employment this year? And anything you can tell me about it? Thanks so much.
Well, she's in a change period, that's for sure. Let's see what Marge is doing. She's Taurus, and that's going to come to a completion this year. All this stuff going on. Here we go. Oops. Start her second Saturn return at the end of 2015. All right. And she's finished her Neptune return and Uranus return. It could be, Marjorie, it could be, look at, I mean, you're good at what you do. And try to start, if you feel that this job isn't going to last, do you want a job that's stationary for a number of years, or do you like moving around? That would be the question. So you got enough Taurus in your chart, and it's been beating you up for a while, kind of. You got Gemini and Mars, so you're not afraid to communicate. Okay, you have a very emotional side to you. Okay, and that's that can get you in trouble sometimes. Let's see here. Yeah, you'll complete those 2 cycles on Christmas Eve. You see, there's about 500,000 people go through these cycles. All right, so this is what I'm looking at. If you want something to really last long, start putting that out there and get yourself a job, Hunter, or whatever you do. However they do things these days, because I'm not out there, and start the ball moving. And if you like where you're at, see if you can manifest a longer term there where you're at. This all depends on how you feel about what's going on now. A lot of this is ending at the end of the year, but what's going on is going to take a while. You have 13 Sagittarius and Saturn. That's your second Saturn return coming up. So it won't be next year. It could be 2016 going into 2017. And you'll know about it because you'll feel all kinds of different feelings around you. You'll know that you're going through that. From 59 to 60, sometimes it starts in the middle of 58 and goes through. Everybody's different, never know. But it's not a negative period, it's a good period. No, what is it you want to do as you move into your golden years? I'm still going strong. And if you're like that, then that's good. All right? So a lot of changes ending this year for you and starting a new cycle next year and going into, it's going to be a while, but I don't think it's negatives. Where do you want to be in the next couple of years? Look at it from that point. Okay?
All right, very good. Next up, we've got John in the United States. Is there anything you are getting for me about career? And birthday, August 9th of 1983. 8983.
No, I haven't been over there in a while. That's always fun, when we get over here and get them there. Let's see, should be coming up to something. He's also been going through some changes as young as he is. Where did I? Oh, it's up there. All right, here we go. 10-9. Here we go. Ooh, he's got... Buddy, for being a Leo, you have a hell of a lot of Virgo in your chart. You have 3. All right, so whatever you need the Cancer and Mars to calm down all that other stuff. And yep. Jupiter and Sagittarius and Uranus, Neptune, you're starting into the next change. Now, the way I'm looking at this, whoa. Have you thought of any work that would be connected to traveling? Because that seems to be standing out. Because it's starting to come your way, and so there will be, you've already been through the one big change, because you're past your Saturn cycle now. So, but I see a lot of, I'm surprised you're not in entertainment, what I'm looking at here. But you're going to get either something with travel, moving, big changes, and it's going to last a while. It's just it goes right over your money cycle, and that can be positive because one hits the other. It's better than being a Scorpio. You have 3 in there, and then you can be really headstrong, a bit finicky, and also you don't let the worry nail you up against the wall. You have to work with this. This is going to stay with you this whole lifetime. That moon in Virgo, I've got it. You have to watch out. It can make you worry and get crazy. And so then your Mercury and Venus both in Virgo too. A bit finickiness there. You're a bit of a perfectionist. And there's a lot of control there. So if you can make all that work for you, a lot of success. I would almost think for you to get your own business. If you're working on that, this would be a good thing. You better working for yourself possibly than others, because you're going to see things that others do that don't fit for you. So if that makes any sense, it's all sitting there, buddy. You already did one cycle when you were 29. You just got 3 more to go through. Your Jupiter's at 2 Sagittarius. So when Sagittarius, it could hit there and bring you lots of money going into 2015, okay? Work-wise, that is. I'm not saying you're making you're going to be a millionaire, but money is there, okay?
All right, and you never know. So
that's right. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Cindy. Cindy in Pennsylvania. Hi, Cindy. Welcome to Fred's show here.
Hi, Fred. Hi, Bill. I'm actually calling about my daughter, Shawnee, today. Her birthday is June 20, 1992, and I guess the theme of the day is jobs. She has a job. She has a job and would like to know how soon before the next one's going to be available, because this is another situation just like the previous caller with people who just don't want anybody new in the clique.
Yeah.
And she's looking for something that's more in a different field anyway. So do you see anything on the horizon for her job-wise?
Let's see. Well, I'll tell you what. For a Gemini, and she's going. That Saturn's going to be going over her next year anyway, so it's going to create. She has a lot. She has my mouth isn't working that well. Let me see. Does she get depressed a lot of times, Cindy?
Yes.
Okay, it's her moon and Aquarius.
Over the job thing right now.
Yeah, well, the moon in Aquarius, my roommate has it. I know a lot of my friends. This is a double-sided sword. When she feels this coming down on her, she needs to express herself because sometimes, in some people, this cycle will last for 2 weeks, sometimes a half a month, and all kinds of craziness, all right? And then she's got Mercury and Venus in Cancer. There's her emotional side. You see what I mean? So she's got she's quite bright, but she's also she's a thinker, okay? And there's things she wants to do in her life, and sometimes people get in her way, and it frustrates the hell out of her. All right?
Yes, sounds just like her.
Yeah, and she got Taurus and Mars, so she should have very strong legs. All right, very strong legs. If she could get away with it, she'd probably be kicking somebody in the backside. So I would, whatever her career is, or if she hasn't figured it out, here's the time to decide. The people she's around, they're all negative, and there's a lot of this going on. That's why I'm asking everybody to do a lot of prayer so we can lift the energy away. Okay? So, let's see. Saturn going over her Mars.
She has some applications in right now for some jobs that would have to do with the upcoming school year.
Okay,
things working with children as aides and things. Is there anything possibility on that?
Does she have a job hunter or whatever they call them these days helping her out?
No.
Okay, because she's a professional woman now. I know sometimes they have to pay, sometimes they don't. If you play it right, the company pays for you, you know? So I'm going to say it is possible. Is she a visualizer? Can she visualize things? Do you know?
Yes, and you say a job hunter, but let me say she does have someone who's very well connected in the schools in this area who is working to try to get her to help her get in.
Right.
So she does have someone in her corner.
Oh, that's what we want. That's what I want. I don't know what they call them these days. Things change so fast. But that makes very, very, very good sense. So, I believe that person, not only they are in their corner, I think she's got an energy connection with this person, so they'll get her in the right place. And so, you're not in New Jersey by any chance, are you?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. A little bit, thank God. Mm-hmm. I won't say why, but that's get myself in trouble. But yes, I do see some good stuff coming up for her, and tell her to stay confident in herself.
Yeah, that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part.
Well, she has the Mercury and Venus in Cancer. Then she's got the Aquarius moon. So what if she can find someone to teach her how to use this energy? She'll be fabulous. She can't take everything personally, which I think she does.
Right.
All right.
That's
all right.
exactly what I told her.
Yeah, she needs to work with, this is what my suggestion is, Cindy, if she will do this. Oh, boy. I'd like to see her work with somebody in the hypnosis field to help her build her confidence. In 3 months, she could be a brand new woman and teach somebody that knows how to play with astrology or has a bit of psychic ability, can help her build a stronger foundation. That's what I do with all my students when I used to teach all the time. All the women that left my class, they got in their power. I taught them how to be in their power. And that's what she needs, someone to get her in her power, because she's been fighting her sensitivity ever since she's been on this planet. And I can see that's not been easy. All right, so she needs someone to show her how to use that, and if she does that, she'll be incredible.
No,
so
I know. I see that. It's just I see that. Just have to get her past the confidence part.
Yeah, we'll find somebody that can work with her either on a one-to-one or a group or whatever, and build that confidence up, because that's going to sit in her chart the rest of her life. It's just there. So she has to learn how to use the energy and then use it for herself for her highest good. Okay?
Okay.
That's what it's going to take. And so she can't do it by herself. She needs someone to help her. And tell her to believe, if it's the right person, she can believe him. She don't trust everybody either.
Right, true.
Mm-hmm. True. We won't go into that's another subject.
Okay. Well, thanks for your help, and hopefully something will change for her soon. Thanks a lot, Fred.
Not hopefully, it will. There's a difference in what you just said. That's right.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Okay?
Thank you.
There.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Cindy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Fred, 5 minutes. We've got a super quick, if you can follow up, and then we've got a full reading. Crystal just wanted clarification. Are you saying that this gentleman was the same soul as Mozart, or rather lived at that time?
No. He lived in that time. He lived in that time. Okay. No.
I was pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah,
but no.
He lived in that time. No, he hasn't. The soul of Mozart hasn't come back. I had a little dealing with that. That was real interesting. A long time ago. A little time ago. Yeah. No, he knew him, and he knew him when Mozart was around. He knew him. He helped him out in some way with music. I don't know what. I'd have to really look at that. So what can I say?
Work with them in some regard. Okay, we've got 4 minutes left, and Selena in Colorado, birthday 10/23. 56, in the process of applying for several jobs this week and next and need work soon. Can you see chances for something coming through, or is it better to look for contract work? Really appreciate your help. Thank you. You are a genius. And she shouts it in capital letters. Genius, Fred.
Yeah. Well, let's see. That's what she's doing. Would you not believe she's one of the 500,000 going through her Neptune and Uranus return. Also Saturn going over her sun. Also, she's going to go in her second Saturn return next year. It's going to be a little crazy because it's going to be like a roller ball. So, boy, there's a lot of change all over the place. Egads. All right. You can do contract work if you feel that's the best. All right. This you've been going through a lot the last 2.5 years anyway. You're the first day of Scorpio. And then what do you think? They're telling me that you got a Gemini moon, so you're not afraid to talk. All right. That's good. And then you have Pisces and Mars can make you very emotional. Never dull around what we're going through. Contract work could be really good unless you find a particular position, and I'm going to say this, that you wouldn't be bored with, okay? Because that is half of it. With that Gemini in there, okay, that would make you want to, you get a lot of energy going. The Pisces and Mars kind of calms that down. And you got Jupiter and Virgo. So let's see, where are we? Leo, so August, September. Yeah, next year you'll have your Jupiter return in July. So what I say, if you want to do contract work or if what you're stepping into you like and it doesn't bore you, then you go forward. If not, remember, you're in a change for a while, so do your highest good for yourself and let's just see where it takes you because you're a bright individual. You know what you want. So just verbalize it and let it come to you. Okay there?
All right, very good. Well, boy, I thought that would go a little bit longer. Let me see what we've got here, if we missed anything, with a minute and a half to go. I'm not seeing any, well, we've got a Nue and Russ, but those would take much more than 1 minute.
Yeah,
both
I bet
of
they
them
got
said no big deal. So,
yeah, well, they want to test me.
Yeah, Nue's is personal related, but she did say if you have time. And Russell is just asking about that one individual.
Right.
So I did copy that this time, Russell. I was going to do it last week and couldn't find the information because Fred's books don't go back that far. And I've been looking those up on a website on the internet to give him the stuff he needs. So, at any rate. Okay, well, barely a minute, Fred. Why don't you give out your contact info and all that stuff?
Okay. Yes. Blah, blah, blah. My phone numbers are 480-421-9740. That's my landline. My cell phone, where I'm doing most of my business now, is 480-236-5661. Okay, I am on Skype only, but you have to call me first because we have my headset plugged into my computer now, so I can't always hear them going blah, 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 blah. I used to be able to hear it all over the house. Now I have to have the headset on to hear it. So now realize that. Okay, and I got a little tiny class on Tuesday, if it builds or whatever have you, but I want you all to pray. Let's do a lot of praying and open these doors for prosperity, get the jobs moving, and see light all over the planet. Not just in the United States, the whole works, because the darker side is playing a nasty game out there. So, we want to send out love, light. If you meditate, if you pray, whatever you do is right for you. I'm not one that tells people how to do it because you can't. For the simple reason we're all individuals and we have many, many souls on this planet. All right, so God bless all of you and have a prosperous week, okay?
All right, Fred's website, psychicfred.com. Check it out, and everybody stop back by next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Psychic radio, holistic radio, spiritual radio. This is achieveradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/achieveradio.
Your oil instead of butter?
Fantastic! Replacing bad fats with healthier fats like those in canola or vegetable oil